Welcome back to the channel, where today we're diving into one of the most fascinating modern coin series in U.S. history. In this video, we're exploring four of the most valuable and expensive ultra-rare Sacagawea and Susan B. Anthony dollar coins, uncovering their history, unique features, and the surprising prices they can reach in today's market. Let's dive in. First up, we uncover the hidden value behind some of the most fascinating coin in United States history, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar struck at the San Francisco Mint, a coin that may look simple at first glance, but carries a powerful story, a unique place in American coinage, and in the right condition, a surprisingly strong market value that continues to attract serious collectors. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar is highly collectible because it represents the very beginning of a bold new chapter in U.S. currency. It was the first small-sized dollar coin intended for everyday use, and the first circulating U.S. coin to feature a real historical woman rather than a symbolic figure. Coins produced in San Francisco were specially struck for collectors, giving them a sharper, more refined appearance compared to standard circulation pieces. This combination of first-year importance, limited everyday use, and collector-focused production gives the 1979 issue a strong appeal among numismatists who appreciate both history and quality. Looking back at 1979, the United States Mint was attempting to modernize its coinage system by introducing a dollar coin that could replace paper currency in daily transactions. Honoring Susan B. Anthony, a central figure in the women's suffrage movement, the coin marked a significant cultural and historical milestone. However, despite its importance, the coin faced challenges due to its similarity in size and color to the quarter, which led to confusion among the public and limited its circulation success. The San Francisco Mint focused on producing specially crafted coins for collectors, using polished dies and carefully prepared planchets to create pieces with reflective surfaces and crisp detail, making them stand out immediately to the trained eye. The design of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar is both meaningful and visually striking when examined closely. On the obverse, the portrait of Susan B. Anthony, designed by chief engraver Frank Gasparo, presents a strong and dignified image that reflects her role in American history. The inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" frame the design, along with the date 1979 and the S mint mark just above the shoulder. On the reverse, the coin features an eagle descending onto the lunar surface while holding an olive branch, a design inspired by the Apollo 11 mission insignia. The level of detail on these coins, especially those struck in San Francisco, is noticeably sharp, with mirrored backgrounds and frosted design elements that create a striking visual contrast. When discussing rarity, the condition of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar plays a major role in determining its true scarcity. While many examples were preserved in protective packaging, only a limited number have survived in near-perfect or flawless condition. Coins that exhibit deep mirrored surfaces, strong contrast between raised elements and fields, and no visible marks are significantly harder to find. Over time, even minor handling or improper storage can reduce a coin's quality, making top-grade examples much more desirable and far less common in today's market. This gap between average preserved coins and truly exceptional pieces is what drives collector interest and value. Collector demand for this coin remains steady and continues to grow, especially among those who focus on modern U.S. coinage and historically important first-year issues. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar stands out within its series because it combines historical significance, a short-lived production run, and a design that reflects a major shift in how the nation honored its influential figures. Unlike older series such as wheat pennies, this coin represents a more modern era, yet still offers collectors the opportunity to search for high-quality examples that can carry significant premiums. In terms of market value, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar shows a wide range depending heavily on condition and visual quality. Lower-grade proof examples often sell between $500 and $1,500, making them accessible for new collectors, while higher-grade coins with strong visual contrast and minimal imperfections can reach $3,000 to $6,000. Exceptional examples graded at the very top levels can push into the several $100 range, and in rare cases where a coin achieves a near-perfect grade with outstanding eye appeal, values can exceed $9,000 at auction. These price ranges clearly demonstrate how condition and preservation directly influence the financial potential of this coin. For collectors looking to acquire or upgrade this coin, attention to detail is essential. Focus on coins with clean, reflective surfaces, strong contrast, and no visible scratches or haze. Certified coins graded by trusted services such as P Sacagawea or NGC provide added confidence in authenticity and condition. Original government packaging can also help preserve quality and add to the coin's appeal. Exploring coin shops, online auctions, and even older collections can sometimes reveal overlooked pieces, especially when sellers are not fully aware of the importance of condition in determining value. The 1979 S. Susan B. Anthony dollar is a remarkable piece of modern American coinage that blends history, design, and collectible value into a single coin. Its role as a first-year issue, its connection to a significant cultural figure, and its potential for high value and top condition make it an essential addition to any serious collection. Whether you are just starting out or looking to expand your portfolio, this coin offers both accessibility and the possibility of rare, high-end finds. And as we continue this journey, the next coin in this series takes things even further, revealing another hidden gem with a story and value that might surprise you even more. And secondly, we're going to explore the most rare and valuable, the 2000 Sacagawea dollar with the Philadelphia P mint mark stands as one of the most captivating and highly sought-after modern coins in United States numismatics, a true prized treasure that continues to fascinate collectors across the world. Introduced at the dawn of a new millennium, this golden-toned dollar quickly captured attention not just for its fresh design, but for the mystery and rarity hidden within certain varieties. For enthusiasts, it represents far more than a circulating coin. It is a symbol of innovation, history, and the thrill of discovery, making it a standout piece that consistently draws strong demand in today's collector market. The historical context behind this coin adds a rich layer of significance, connecting collectors to an important shift in U.S. coinage. Released in the year 2000, the Sacagawea dollar was part of an effort by the United States Mint to reintroduce the $1 coin into everyday circulation with a more appealing and practical design than its predecessor. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, identified by its P mint mark, this coin honors Sacagawea, the Shoshone woman who played a vital role in the Lewis and Clark expedition. As such, it serves as a tangible connection to the past, celebrating exploration, resilience, and the cultural heritage of early American history. What truly sets the 2000 P Sacagawea dollar apart are its unique features and striking visual identity. The obverse showcases a beautifully detailed portrait of Sacagawea carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, designed by Glenna Goodacker, radiating strength and calm determination. The reverse, designed by Thomas D. Rogers Sr., features a soaring eagle encircled by 17 stars, symbolizing the States of the Union at the time of the Lewis and Clark journey. Composed of a manganese brass alloy, the coin exhibits its distinctive golden color, often mistaken for actual gold. With a diameter of 26.5 millimeters and a weight of 8.1 grams, its smooth edge and satin-like luster in uncirculated condition give it an eye-catching appeal that becomes even more impressive in high-grade examples. Despite being widely produced, certain varieties of the 2000 P Sacagawea dollar have become exceptionally rare, dramatically increasing their desirability. Among the most famous is the Cheerios dollar variety, discovered in a limited number of promotional cereal boxes, featuring enhanced eagle tail feathers on the reverse. Additionally, some coins exhibit striking errors or die variations that elevate their rarity. While standard circulation pieces are common, finding a sharply struck, fully detailed coin in pristine, uncirculated condition remains a significant challenge. This scarcity, particularly for high-grade or rare variety examples, is what fuels strong collector demand and transforms an ordinary coin into an extraordinary collectible. In terms of market value, the 2000 P Sacagawea dollar shows a wide range depending on condition and variety, with the most desirable examples commanding impressive prices. Standard uncirculated coins in lower grades may carry modest premiums, but high-grade specimens graded MS67 or above can reach into the thousands. Rare varieties, especially the Cheerios dollar or well-documented error coins, can realistically achieve values between $1,000 and $8,000, depending on eye appeal, certification, and auction competition. This steady appreciation reflects both the coin's historical importance and its growing recognition among serious collectors. For collectors aiming to add this coin to their collection, a strategic approach is essential. Prioritizing certified coins graded by reputable services such as PCGS or NGC ensures authenticity and accurate condition assessment. Careful inspection for key varieties, especially enhanced tail feather details or unusual strike characteristics, can make a substantial difference in value. Purchasing from trusted dealers or established auctions helps reduce risk, while staying informed through collector communities and numismatic forums provides valuable insights into market trends and emerging discoveries. Proper care and preservation also play a crucial role in maintaining the coin's value over time. High-grade Sacagawea dollars should be stored in protective holders or slabs to prevent exposure to air, moisture, and physical damage. Minimizing handling is important, as even slight contact can affect the coin's delicate surface and luster. Collectors who take these precautions not only protect their investment, but also preserve the coin's visual brilliance, which is a key factor in its long-term desirability. Another fascinating dimension of the 2000 P Sacagawea dollar lies in the subtle, yet impactful variations that continue to emerge as collectors study this coin in greater depth. Beyond the well-known Cheerios dollar, specialists have identified minor die polishing lines, strike softness differences, and surface anomalies that can distinguish one specimen from another. These details may seem small at first glance, but in the world of advanced numismatics, they can significantly influence desirability and value. Coins that display exceptionally sharp detail in Sacagawea's hair strands or the eagle's feathers, combined with strong luster and minimal contact marks, are especially admired. Equally important is the coin's growing appeal among a new generation of collectors who are increasingly drawn to modern rarities with strong historical narratives. The 2000 P Sacagawea dollar fits this demand perfectly, offering a blend of accessibility and hidden scarcity that makes it both approachable and exciting. As interest in US dollar coin series continues to expand, high-quality examples of this issue are becoming harder to locate, particularly those preserved in original mint brilliance. This tightening supply, combined with steady collector demand, supports a healthy and gradually rising market. The 2000 Sacagawea dollar with the Philadelphia P mint mark is far more than a modern coin. It is a compelling blend of history, artistry, and rarity that continues to captivate enthusiasts. From its meaningful tribute to Sacagawea to its hidden varieties and rising market value, it stands as a prized treasure in the world of numismatics. For collectors, it offers both the excitement of discovery and the potential for long-term appreciation, making it a rewarding and meaningful addition to any serious collection. And thirdly, the most valuable and expensive United States ultra-rare 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar with the Philadelphia P mint mark is not always the flawless, shining example collectors expect, but sometimes a heavily scratched, worn, and seemingly ruined coin that appears almost worthless at first glance can command astonishing prices that reach into the tens of thousands under the right circumstances. This is the kind of coin that gets ignored in loose change, dismissed in collections, or overlooked in old drawers, yet in rare cases, it transforms into a shocking discovery that challenges everything people believe about condition and value, creating an immediate sense of urgency for anyone watching to take a closer look at what they already own. To understand how this coin gained such unexpected importance, it is necessary to go back to 1979, a time when the United States was facing rising inflation, economic uncertainty, and a growing demand for smaller dollar coins to replace the bulky Eisenhower dollar. The introduction of the Susan B. Anthony dollar marked a historic moment, as it became the first circulating U.S. coin to feature a real woman, symbolizing progress and recognition. However, the coin's similarity in size and color to the quarter led to widespread confusion, limiting its popularity in circulation and indirectly setting the stage for unusual survival patterns that would later intrigue collectors. The Philadelphia Mint struck hundreds of millions of these coins in 1979, and while coins from this mint technically carry no visible mint mark, they are still identified as Philadelphia issues. With mintage figures exceeding 360 million, it would seem impossible for any of these coins to be considered rare. Yet, high mintage does not guarantee uniform survival. Over time, many coins were mishandled, stored improperly, or subjected to environmental damage, creating a hidden layer of scarcity where only certain unusual or visually distinctive examples begin to stand out in a crowded field of otherwise common pieces. When examining an old and scratched example of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar, the surface often tells a dramatic story. Deep abrasions may cut across the portrait. The fields may appear dull and lifeless, and discoloration can range from dark gray to uneven brown patches caused by oxidation and environmental exposure. Some coins show signs of corrosion, while others display peeling or flaking metal that suggests lamination issues. Even the date or lettering may appear partially worn or distorted, giving the coin an almost damaged identity. Yet, instead of reducing its importance, this level of visible wear can transform the coin into a one-of-a-kind survivor. Collectors today are not always searching for perfection. There is a growing fascination with coins that carry extreme visual character, pieces that look like they have lived through decades of circulation, mishandling, and survival against the odds. A heavily damaged Susan B. Anthony dollar can appeal to niche collectors who value uniqueness over condition, especially when the damage creates patterns, textures, or anomalies that cannot be replicated. The emotional connection to a coin that appears rescued from history often outweighs traditional grading standards. In some cases, these worn coins also reveal subtle or dramatic mint-related anomalies. Dye deterioration can create a soft, almost melted appearance in the design. Struck-through errors may leave ghost-like impressions across the surface where debris interfered during minting. Planchet flaws can result in uneven metal distribution, leading to weak or distorted areas that become more visible as the coin wears down. Even environmental damage can interact with the copper-nickel composition in unpredictable ways, producing unusual color shifts and surface textures that mimic rare mint errors, further increasing intrigue. Auction behavior has evolved significantly in recent years, especially with the rise of online platforms and social media exposure. A coin that might once have been dismissed can suddenly gain attention if it is presented with a compelling story and striking visuals. Bidders are not only purchasing the coin itself, but also the narrative behind it. A heavily worn 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar, when framed as a rare survivor with unusual characteristics, can trigger emotional bidding wars that push prices far beyond traditional expectations. Under extreme circumstances, a coin like this could achieve a shocking result at auction. Imagine a uniquely damaged 1979 Philadelphia issue with dramatic surface anomalies, verified mint irregularities, and a compelling backstory attracting global attention. In such a scenario, competitive bidding could drive the value into the five-figure range or even approach six figures, not because it is a standard rarity, but because it becomes an unrepeatable artifact. This is not typical market behavior, but it demonstrates the unpredictable ceiling that exists in specialized collector circles. The story of this coin ultimately challenges the traditional definition of value in coin collecting. It shows that rarity is not always about low mintage or pristine condition, but sometimes about survival, uniqueness, and the ability to stand apart from millions of similar pieces. A scratched and damaged coin can carry more personality and mystery than a flawless one, turning what appears to be a flaw into its greatest strength. What makes the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar with the Philadelphia origin even more fascinating is how often these coins quietly circulate through everyday hands without recognition, blending into piles of ordinary change despite their potential to become something extraordinary. A scratched, dull, and seemingly lifeless example may sit unnoticed for years, yet under closer inspection, it can reveal a rare combination of heavy circulation where possible mint-induced irregularities and unique surface transformations that no two coins share. In rare instances, collectors have been drawn to pieces where the damage itself creates an almost artistic effect, with layered textures, unusual toning patterns, and distorted design elements that turn the coin into a visual anomaly. This kind of individuality cannot be mass-produced or easily found again, which is exactly what drives intense interest when such a piece appears in the market. It reinforces a powerful idea within the collecting community that even the most unassuming coin, especially one that appears heavily used and forgotten, can hold the kind of hidden appeal that transforms it from spare change into a remarkable and highly sought-after collectible. For collectors and viewers, the message is clear. Coins that look old, worn, or even ruined should never be dismissed without careful examination. Hidden within everyday collections may be pieces that defy expectations, waiting to reveal their true significance. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar with the Philadelphia Mint mark stands as a reminder that in the world of numismatics, value is not always visible at first glance, and sometimes the most overlooked coins carry the most surprising stories. And fourthly, in 1979, the United States stepped into a new monetary experiment, introducing a coin that would quietly become one of the most misunderstood and, in rare cases, unexpectedly valuable modern issues in American numismatics. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was born during a time of economic pressure, rising inflation, and a national push to modernize currency by replacing the $1 bill with a coin. While the idea made sense on paper, the reality turned into a short-lived and controversial chapter. Yet hidden within that story is a subset of coins that today command serious attention, including the 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar, especially when found in unusual conditions or rare varieties that elevate it far beyond its modest face value. The coin itself carries historical weight. It honors Susan B. Anthony, a key figure in the women's suffrage movement, making it the first circulating U.S. coin to feature a real woman rather than a symbolic figure. Designed by Frank Gasparo, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time, the obverse presents Anthony's portrait with sharp, defined features, while the reverse reuses the Apollo 11 mission insignia, showing an eagle landing on the moon. This pairing of social progress and technological achievement reflects the dual identity of America at the time, grounded in both civil rights evolution and space-age ambition. The 1979 D issue was struck at the Denver Mint, producing over 288 million coins, a number that at first glance suggests extreme commonality. However, mintage figures alone never tell the full story. What matters far more is how many of those coins survived in collectible condition, how many were well struck, and how many exhibit characteristics that set them apart from the standard population. Most 1979 D dollars entered circulation quickly, where they experienced heavy use, contact marks, and environmental exposure, resulting in a large surviving population of worn, scratched, and toned examples. This is where the narrative becomes more interesting. A scratched and toned 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar might seem undesirable at first, but in certain cases, these surface conditions can actually signal authenticity and originality. Natural toning, formed over decades through oxidation and environmental interaction, can create deep layers of color that collectors often prefer over artificially cleaned surfaces. Scratches, while generally reducing grade, also confirm the coin's journey through circulation, which becomes relevant when tied to rare die varieties or minting anomalies. Among the most important factors influencing value in this series are the known varieties. While the famous wide rim or near-date variety is typically associated with the Philadelphia Mint, Denver issues are not without their own intrigue. Collectors have identified double die obverse, subtle repunched mint marks, die cracks, and strike anomalies that can dramatically increase desirability. A double die occurs during the hubbing process when the die receives multiple impressions that are slightly misaligned, creating visible doubling in the lettering or date. Repunched mint marks, more common in earlier decades but still possible in transitional periods, occur when the mint mark is applied more than once in slightly different positions. Understanding how these errors occur adds another layer to the coin's appeal. During the die creation process, working dies are produced from master hubs under immense pressure. Any slight misalignment during this process can create doubling. In 1979, mint marks were still applied manually to dies in some cases, meaning human error could result in repunching or misplacement. Additionally, the high-speed production environment often caused die fatigue, leading to cracks, cuds, and weak strikes. These imperfections, once considered flaws, are now highly sought after when they are dramatic and clearly visible. What truly separates an ordinary 1979 D from an extraordinary one is the combination of condition and rarity. A heavily scratched and toned coin in fine or very fine condition typically trades close to face value or slightly above. However, if that same coin displays a strong doubled die or a dramatic minting error, its value can climb into the tens or even hundreds of dollars, depending on visibility and demand. In about uncirculated condition, coins with appealing natural toning and minimal wear may reach higher premiums, especially if certified by professional grading services. In mint state grades, the story shifts significantly. Most 1979 D coins suffer from weak strikes, particularly on Anthony's hair and the eagle's feathers, making sharply struck examples far less common than the mintage suggests. A coin graded MS65 or higher with strong strike quality, clean surfaces, and attractive toning can command substantial premiums. If such a coin also features a recognized variety, its value can escalate rapidly, especially in competitive collector markets. Auction records further illustrate this point. While standard 1979, D coins rarely achieve headline prices, exceptional specimens have crossed auction blocks at notable levels. High-grade examples with near-perfect surfaces, vibrant toning, and strong eye appeal have reached into the hundreds or even low thousands of dollars. These results are often driven by registry set competition, where collectors aim to assemble the finest known sets of a series. In this environment, even a single point difference in grade can mean a significant jump in value, pushing elite collectors to bid aggressively for top-tier coins. Registry competition has transformed how modern coins like the Susan B. Anthony dollar are perceived. What was once dismissed as a failed circulation coin is now carefully examined under magnification, with collectors searching for the finest known examples. Population reports from grading services play a crucial role here, as they reveal how many coins exist at each grade level. When a coin is among the highest graded known, it becomes a target for collectors striving for top rankings, often resulting in prices far above typical market levels. Surface preservation is another critical element in determining value. Coins that have been cleaned or polished lose much of their numismatic appeal, even if they appear shiny. In contrast, original surfaces with natural toning, even if dark or uneven, are generally preferred. Professional grading not only authenticates the coin, but also assigns a grade that significantly influences its market value. For a scratched and toned 1979 D coin, achieving a straight grade rather than a details designation can make a substantial difference in its desirability and price. What makes the 1979 D Susan B. Anthony dollar especially compelling for collectors today is the possibility that an overlooked, circulated example, scratched, toned, and seemingly ordinary, could still hold hidden significance when examined closely under magnification. Many of these coins spent decades moving through everyday transactions, meaning they were never preserved with care, yet that same circulation history increases the chances of encountering overlooked die varieties or subtle minting anomalies that were not widely recognized at the time of issue. In some cases, coins with uneven toning or heavy contact marks have revealed underlying doubled features in the date or lettering, faint die cracks running through the devices, or slightly misaligned strikes that only become visible under proper lighting. These discoveries can transform a coin valued at $1 into a collectible worth far more, particularly when authenticated and graded by a reputable service. The market consistently shows that collectors are willing to pay strong premiums for coins that combine originality with identifiable rarity, even when the surfaces are imperfect. This reinforces a key principle in coin collecting. Condition matters, but uniqueness often matters more, and in the case of the 1979 D Susan B. Anthony dollar, that balance between wear and rarity is exactly what keeps collectors searching through ordinary-looking coins for extraordinary potential. Ultimately, the 1979 D Susan B. Anthony dollar is a reminder that rarity is not always about low mintage, but about survival, condition, and uniqueness. Even a coin that appears worn, scratched, and ordinary can become a valuable collectible if it carries the right combination of characteristics. In the world of numismatics, small details often lead to big discoveries, and coins like this continue to prove that hidden value can exist in the most unexpected places.